Extortion has been a common tool of bullies, criminals, and talking heads since Roman times. But if it weren't for extortion, we would have never had the fire department, so thanks, disaster. We've all heard the saying, this Rome is on fire! We don't need no water, let that mother Romulus burn! What I'm trying to say is, fires were a common hazard of Roman life. Their homes were made out of timber and dried out mud bricks, and each home had an open flame for cooking, heating, and as a light source. Fires broke out easily and weren't exactly a picnic to put out. Extinguishing a fire in Roman times required a massive amount of manpower to transport water from its source to the location of the fire. Fortunately for the Romans, there was an army of men dedicated to this purpose. Unfortunately, they were run by the world's biggest extortionists. Marcus Crassus had an army of 500 slaves who'd march around the city looking for fires. When they found one, they'd fetch him and he'd either extort the owner out of huge sums of money to put the fire out, or he'd let the building burn to the ground. Either way, Crassus would then offer to buy the partially or totally destroyed domicile for next to nothing, leaving homeless Romans asking, "This is not my beautiful house. Oh, how did I get here?" As the days went by, with all the gold and property Crassus had stockpiled from his firefighting scam, he was able to become the world's richest man. As in, Crassus, the extortionist, is the wealthiest person to have ever lived. Crime pays, kids, and extortion was a pretty awesome business model. Luckily for us, Emperor Augustus didn't see it that way. He was the first emperor of Rome, and one of his goals was to cut out the corruption that went along with firefighting, famously saying, "This ain't no party, this ain't no disco, this ain't no fooling around." So he created the Vigiles Urbani, which translates to Watchmen of the City. They were a state-owned army of slaves tasked with deterring crime, protecting property, and putting out fires. It wasn't a perfect system, they were still slaves, but it did establish the publicly funded firefighting structure that our brave men and women of the fire department operate under today. So thanks, disaster. And to hear how other disasters benefited mankind, subscribe to the channel and let me know down below if there are any of your other favorite Talking Heads lyrics that I might have missed in this episode. Tried really hard.